so this is an interesting comment that I spotted just a while ago. And no, don't worry, Anglo, I'm not gonna bash you for it. Well, not much anyway. I'll see where it goes. If you take all the emotion out of it, I do think it's ironic that new atheist Sargon is now cashing in on the Christian conservative grift, because he was never particularly well educated on politics and I basically grew up on him. Very interesting. First things first though, the word grifting has devolved into slurrism, much like racism, overused and meaningless. It is now this hollow, rusted wreckage thrown at everything, which makes making a video about it rather tedious. So here's my definition. Grifting is someone peddling whatever is popular. Basically, they're like a cult, followers of algorithm. And there's two sort of grifting types as far as I can see. There's those who peddle whatever is popular, and those who seem to come out of nowhere, often attempting to counterpunch, but still coloring within the regime. There's nothing about them that's truly dissenting, really. Once you start flirting with anti-democratic ideas prior to World War I, or better yet French Revolution, that's where you find some of the good stuff. I'm curious though as to why you call Sargon a grifter, considering you said you grew up on him. As have I. I've watched his political journey over the years. I've never considered any of his shifts to the right as grifting. In fact, I think he's not far enough to the right. He's too tepid for my taste. He will get there though, believe me. Now, I want to make a comparison with politics here, because I've said this multiple times now. In the democratic regime, we have representatives who are supposed to represent and act on behalf of the will of the people. All joking aside though, the will of the people is never static. It changes. Therefore, logically then, in order to be an effective representative of the will of the people, the perspectives of the politicians must change in according to the will of the people, must they not? But we don't ever look at it that way. We think a politician who changes first goes against the will of the people. If they change with the people, they're taking advantage of popular opinion, aka selling out. If they don't change at all, they're ignoring the will of the people. We think a politician who changes their mind is a flaw of democracy, when no, in reality, that's a feature. You are affording to the people the luxury of changing opinions and perspectives, whilst expecting the politicians who want to stay in power not to. As much as I hate politicians, that is not exactly fair to their constituents that they can change their minds, but their representatives can't, especially when their representatives are supposed to represent them. That expectation is utterly illogical. Now, the reason I bring this up is because there's a good parallel between this structure and content creators. You might not be a representative, but you nonetheless have a consumer base who listens to you. Like a politician, you don't exist static, stuck in time. Time is dynamic. Things happen. Things change. You have new circumstances, new experiences. You learn new information, old wisdom. And so, what is the expected percentage reaction of change you as a content creator are permitted to explore without appearing like a grifter? If you change too much, you could lose a lot of the audience, especially too quickly to try and go more mainstream. You will lose a lot of respect. Change too little and you'll become stale and boring. Don't change at all, you'll be seen as stupid and incapable of learning anything new. Consider those three shifts and some of the content creators, their creative history, and the reactions over the last several days since Az went full beast mode, and tell me what you think. Cheers for watching, and once again, I apologize for nothing.